Tag some people. No, you don't have to. It's all right, babe. Good morning. Because you work out over there, and I know that light is going to bother you. I'll figure it out later. I'll just do it how I've been doing it. Woo! Time to wake up and declare you've already won. Come on. You know, I've been seeing this number, and it's crazy that this was the shirt I ended up putting on. After I seen it yesterday, a red cardinal bird flew to the right of my car. That's a money sign. I want that Jay-Z kind of money, you know? That kind of money. Alrighty. Man, I hope everybody who gets this video decides to wake up and declare that they have already won, man, because I'm telling you, so many things that are counted against us already. Then there are so many things that we start counting against ourselves, man, and we got to just get to a place of peace, get to a place of serenity so we can start Xing out those things, those negative thoughts, those negative things that just hold us down. Yesterday I did not take the NRG pill, and I noticed a lot of negative thinking when I did not take that NRG pill. I started to take NRG. Good morning. I started to take the NRG pill when my son was murdered. And basically it's a natural herb. And the point of it is to be a fat burner. I joined TLC 3 days before my son was shot and killed. And when I, got the package, so a few weeks later I opened it and I took it because I heard that it had some sort of mood booster to it. And I took that pill, and I've been taking it ever since. Let me just say that. From like moments when I think back when I should have been just feeling like just in the pits of hell, right? It curbed that. And it also gave me this huge energy boost, especially when I took it with the NutriBurst. And I just noticed, my weight started to go down. I was doing the treadmill then, I was just doing 30. I was working my way up to doing the treadmill. But it gave me the energy that I needed because I was very, very down and out. On top of already being lazy, I was already lazy, right? That's why I titled this, about laziness truly being the disease, because I was lazy, and that was something that I had to acknowledge to myself. So that I noticed when I didn't take that pill yesterday, my negative thoughts kind of seeped in and I kind of sunk down, but I got up and I at least took my NutriBurst, and I came out here probably about 5 something yesterday, and I worked out for about 45 minutes. And when I tell y'all, I feel like I've worked out for the first time. I feel like I've been hit by a truck because I kind of stretched myself and I kind of did the little bar where I was pulling down. Man, I'm telling you, if you really, really want to just lose it, just stay consistent and it'll drop off. Because the way I feel this morning after just using it one time last night, because I'll start doing weights and then I'll stop. The only thing that I've truly been consistent with is walking and running. That's it. Maybe like, the squats and stuff like that, but like not weights at all. That's the only thing that I've truly been consistent with. But if we could just somehow curve, and NRG allowed me to curve that feeling of, oh, I don't want to do this, and for me, it was a little bit worse than that because of, the tragedy of my son and the situation, and even still now, like the thoughts that I was having yesterday, they were really bad. And some of them were simple thoughts, stupid but simple, like just thinking about a situation or altercation between me and another person, and thinking about, what they said and what I said, or what I should have said and what they said. Why do we do that? Then you get so mad at yourself because you didn't say what you should have said in that moment, and blah blah blah. I hate when I do that because it's no sense of it. It's no sense of it. And I even took those thoughts a little bit deeper than I should. And then, I finally came to a brick wall where I had to tell myself, look, you are a grown woman. You don't have to have dialogue with anybody. You got sense enough to walk away from people when they are saying things that that don't fit you or don't suit you. You're not a bully. You're a child of God. You know how to speak your piece, say what you gotta say, or don't say anything at all, and go on about your business. You don't have to try to prove your point anymore to anybody because you're a grown woman. Your point is with you. The point you're trying to make. You don't compete with anybody. The only thing that I compete with is the future, which means me. Right? Competing with who I was yesterday, trying to figure out who I'm going to become tomorrow. So, there's no need to even go back and forth. Those are like, when you really think about it, are crazy thoughts. That's what drives people crazy, because some people can't really stop that. They'll keep going on and on and on and on, and you might mess around and see that person. You end up starting it just so you can have that certain conversation, right? Just to get out what you've been practicing in your head. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes it can be harmless, but sometimes it could be absolutely dangerous, right? Give me 2 seconds. Let me invite. All right. I know Monday mornings is hard for some of us, but not me. Every day is just a day to me, a day that I wake up and have declared that I've won over the battles of losing this weight, of struggling and being broke, and connecting with the wrong people. Every day, I declare victory over those 3 things. I'm already losing weight. I'm learning how money works so that I never struggle again. My kids don't struggle. Their kids don't struggle. Right? And I am, again, instead of having those conversations, in my head with the wrong people, I'm having conversations in my head with the right people. I'm seeking out the right people to have the right conversations with. Because, any conversation that's left over in your head like that, that's haunting you. That was haunting me. To the point where I had to feel like, okay, you know what? I didn't take that NRG pill. And so this is my normal thinking. I had to take something that naturally boosts my mood, which is okay because obviously one of my vitamin levels were deficient, because we don't think about that, but that's what happens when your memory goes down, when you start thinking a certain way, like, people who feel depressed, people who feel anxious, people who feel you become deficient in something. People who start to have the jerk on their eye, you become deficient in magnesium. People who have cramps all the time in their legs, that's a sign of becoming deficient in potassium. People who eat ice all the time, that's a sign of becoming deficient in iron. So there's all type of signs of deficiencies, and again, that's why I can appreciate this NRG, and I can appreciate the NutriBurst for giving me this type of energy to get up and get out here in the morning. It has everything I need in it, especially my 4 enzymes that go into the probiotic that allow me to flush my digestive system. And then I'm going to have my tea later on, because I woke up feeling like, you know what? I don't care what nobody else is doing. This is what I'm doing. I put my little radio program on, listening to the right books, training myself up, because I got to go to be a millionaire by the year 2021. And that's right around the corner. And for me, I know that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So I got to get going. I can't keep pushing things off until tomorrow. Because if you believe that it's a matter of when instead of if, you may not have a tomorrow. So you got to get going today. I couldn't keep depending on the company that I work for to stay in business just so I can have a job and feed my family. And my backup plan couldn't be, if they go out of business, I go in and get another job. That can't be the backup plan, because what I don't want to be is somebody's employee forever. I heard my coworker say, forget that. I can remember myself asking permission to be off. And I had to internalize that for a minute. You have to ask permission to take off. You actually have to be approved to take off. That bothers me, right? Good morning. That bothers me. This is my time. This is me. Me taking off. And they can tell you no. I done fell out, all the way out with the manager. I don't say the boss, because no, I'm the boss of me, right? We got to stop saying, my boss, because what we speak, right, is what we begin to think, and that's how we begin to move. You say, he's my boss or she's my boss, then you become thinking that way, and then you become acting like somebody's the boss of you. Nah. So I done fell all the way out with the manager, because I done submitted when I'm going to be off, and you done told me no, there's no such thing as a no. I'm telling you, I'm being so gracious and letting you know that I'm not going to be here. So you can make arrangements for whoever or whatever you got to do, right? Because see, that's in your job description. But I'm telling you, letting you know, just being nice, that I'm not going to be here. I don't care if I don't get paid for it or not. If I tell you I'm not going to be here, then I'm not going to be here. You don't get to tell me no. And it was so crazy, because this particular manager was just being nasty to me. And here it is, my son was just murdered, right? My mind was all over the place. I didn't know which way was up. first of all, and then have to go back to work, okay? Then I got prosecutors, offices, and, just all this legal mumbo jumbo piling up on me. I'm trying to figure this out, because in my mind, I'm like a mama bear. If you don't catch this fool, I will. That's all I'm thinking, right? So, I'm trying to make sure I make it to the court, so whatever, when they did catch him. And you tell me no? Man, I blew all the way out. Are you crazy? So, needless to say, me and this person continuously bumped heads because I don't think they understood that you're not my boss. You're a manager at a job, just like I'm an employee at a job. I can be fired just like you, right? This ain't your business. That's where a lot of people mess up. They think it's their business and they're in control. And then it really feel bad when you black, right? Because that's the elephant in the room. The way we've been trained is different than our Caucasian, our fellow Caucasians or any other race. We've been trained out a straight up slave mentality. We do. And some of us don't even know we do, but we do. I didn't realize for so long I was trapped in this job, which is what it was a part of my laziness too, right? Because I had this slave mentality. I felt like I had to be an employee. I felt like I had to get up and go to somebody's job and accept somebody's paycheck. That was laziness on my behalf. Because now that I'm on the other side of that mindset, I don't have to accept what nobody give me, right? I take what I want, and not even in a nasty way. Not even a nasty way. I can work for myself and earn twice as much on my own ability than what you decide you gonna pay me for my time, right? My time is much more valuable than that. But yeah, tapping back into the laziness part of it, that's what keeps us into those type of situations. There's not really many people who just love their job. And they may not hate the work. They may only just have a problem with the people in the place. Because people create these problems. People create these problems. Right? Now this same particular person that rejected my time, right? They have this work ethic where they just work themselves to death, right? I'm not getting ready to do that. You can't expect for everybody else to work themselves to death. You a manager, you signed up for that, you work all of that overtime. You work all the ins and outs and try to figure out this business, right? Not me. I'm gonna do exactly what you pay me for, right? And then you get mad because I don't. And I had to be brave and tell this person, that's your work ethic.
Your job description.
That's your job description, like Gita Trainer just said, not mine, right? So, especially when you're not even paying me what I'm worth. So, this person kept doing it as if I said something wrong and ended up having a heart attack. I'm not doing that. Think I'm going to have a heart attack on, please, about a job? No. I'm not getting ready to do it. A lot of people end up in them situations because they take on unnecessary stress. That's unnecessary. See, you trying to tell me no about my time off? That's my time off. If I submit that that to you, best thing you can do is say, oh, okay. Because if you don't, I'm taking off anyway. So I just don't understand that type of control anymore. I don't understand that type of control over my life. I want freedom, okay? I want freedom, and I understood that I really had to get out of my own way. Good morning. I really had to get out of my own way, right? In order to obtain the type of freedom that I was looking for. You know, something as simple as, okay, because I said laziness is a disease, right? So check it out. I got a coffee maker, right? Because I try to, I'm a Virgo, so I try to stay, organized. Even if I'm a mess at times, I'm an organized mess, right? But I had a coffee maker, and I want coffee in the morning. So most coffee makers have a program on them where you can just push the button, right? So instead of me just maybe the night before, when you come in your door, the way my house is built, you gotta walk past that coffee maker no matter what. When you're coming in the door, when you're going out the door, when you're going up, up the stairs, when you're coming down the stairs, that coffee maker looking at you. I wouldn't even get it set up. I wouldn't even get the coffee maker set up to just come on by itself. Why? Like, what inside of me was stopping me from just doing it the night before so it could be ready, available for me to get and go on about my business? What is that thing that, I'll do it tomorrow? Oh my God. And then G the trainer just said exactly how we end up wasting money. He said, then you end up stopping and buying a cup of coffee. You got a coffee pot, a coffee maker that can make coffee by itself. All you got to do is put the water and the coffee in there, program it, boom, and you won't even do it. What is that thing? That's the thing in me that I'm competing with right now, right? Because I'm trying to learn my financial statement, and part of my expenses was eating out for nothing. Yesterday, though, I'm gonna tell you what I did though. I made my lunch for the week because I'm going completely whole food all week. It took a whole entire year, but now my body actually craves salad, spinach, tomatoes, mushroom. It actually craves those type of foods opposed to the hamburgers and all of that. So instead of getting hungry and going out and buying a $10 salad at lunch, right? Because when you go get you a salad, that's how much they cost, unless you got one of them little grocery store salads for $6, but it got all the wrong things on them. It got nothing you like on it. I just went ahead, stopped being lazy, and I made several meals to eat throughout the day. I went and got my bananas. I went and got my blueberries. And I'm going to make it happen this week. I'm going to compete against that lazy part of me. I want that gone. I want it gone because it's defeating me. That laziness, right, is what keeps you in that job you hate. which keeps you in that financial struggle you hate, right? Which keeps you around the same friends and make you think you got some type of loyalty to somebody who's been dogging you. That type of laziness, right? That laziness blocks you from loving on you. You know, when you get into a lazy pattern, all your decisions that you are making for you, your kids, or whatever, they become lazy. That's not true. But all you got to do is really ask yourself, am I happy? Am I where I want to be in life? Am I doing all that I can do? You know, is my cup half empty or half full? Like, that is a real question. People don't understand that question at all. They don't. They really, really don't. You know, I had a conversation with one of my elders yesterday, and it was so sad because I was trying to teach them something, and I guess they wasn't in the mood to be taught. And it was one of them, oh, I know. One of them type, you know what? If you know it all, and guess what? I'll talk to you later. I don't have time for people who know it all. I don't know it all. And if you're the person that was responsible for teaching me, you don't know it. If I'm right where I'm at, then obviously you don't know it all either. So, you just try to share what you learn because you really excited. You want everybody to come up, but everybody ain't ready for that. Some people have decided they just through learning, they where they want to be, and that's that. I also had a conversation with somebody. It was like a aha moment for me because, again, I'm learning about financial statements, right? If you don't know how to read a financial statement, then chances are you're going to always financially struggle. You're going to always be really lazy, right? Because all you got to do is go and find out. I post stuff and offer stuff, and I tell people, okay, $20. They act like $20 is a whole lot of money. But see, to me, I'm willing to pay for something that's going to change my life. Like a pack of tea. If I didn't decide to buy, though, and I spend way more than $20, if I didn't decide to buy that kit, right, I don't know where I would be today. Who knew 3 days later my son would be murdered? Who knew? You don't know these things. So you got to keep moving in the right direction and do things and start plotting and planning for the come up. And that's all I was doing. I was plotting and I was planning for the come up, right? And just so happened that was something that God put in my way for me because the unthinkable happened. The unthinkable happened, right? And here I am a year later, 50 pounds down. I still, I will forever have a broken heart. But my attitude towards certain things are not what I thought they would be if something like that happened. Because I said yes. I said yes for other reasons. But just so happened this happened. A lot of us, we ask for these blessings. God, please allow this to happen to me. God, please, I need this money. God, please, I need this. God, please send me a husband. God, please. God send you exactly what you asked for. And just because it's not what you think it should look like, it ain't packaged the way you imagine, then you skip right past it. Not anymore. Not doing that anymore. For me, right? For me, either it's a gift or a curse. And I'm training myself to be able to recognize that immediately. But one thing is for sure, I had to start by being completely honest with me. And I remember thinking this morning, I mean, this is not a thought that I just randomly thought about. I thought about it before, like when I was 50 pounds heavier, what I looked like was changing. And I would look and see a lot of my friends that are doing the same thing. The heavier, the more weight you gain, it's changing how your face looks. You know, a lot of people look older. And it's not because they've had an extremely rough or tough life. It's because they're allowing themselves to become overweight. And they're just simply too lazy, like I was, to do something about it. You know, your ability to think and how you think has become completely lazy. Okay? Like I said, honest with myself, I began to look in the mirror and like, baby girl, you changing. You need to do something about this. You can't keep going on like this. I knew I couldn't. Just in those three major arteries that I always talk about, I knew I had to change. I knew I had to change for health reasons and because I was becoming somebody else. For two, I knew I couldn't remain in a job that I hated, and I knew it was no reason to find another job because either that's going to be worse or end up being just the same. And I know I would never get rich or never reach financial freedom, okay, being somebody's employee. So I was going to forever struggle because any job that I go on, even if I decide to go get a higher paying job or if I decide to go get a second job, the government takes their money first, right? And then I'm getting money in exchange for my time. So I don't see how people work one person working 2 jobs and 3 jobs. I don't see it. One job is for one person. You know, I was already guilty spending the amount of hours that I was spending away from my family in a day. So I had to do something. So you telling me all I got to do is lose weight, which is something I wanted to do anyway, and offer this bag of tea to somebody, that's all I got to do? Oh, okay, that's done, right? Because how many people don't want to lose weight? That was a no-brainer to me. And that is what essentially put me on my path of being an entrepreneur. That was the easiest way for me to be an entrepreneur. That was the easiest way for me to begin to see payoffs. Like, I was able to pay off a whole vehicle. That didn't take a paycheck to do, right? That didn't take a paycheck to do. Now we started TKO Property Restorations, which I'm so grateful for because, you know, again, we're not working on our time. We're working on our ability. So we're building a business that doubled what one of us could make in a month and 2 weeks. You know, in 2 weeks. I just couldn't see myself feeling good about a 30-cent raise or promotion or any of that because the world is already set up for them to take our money before we even get it. 50% tax cut. They taking your money that you get up and work for. You don't even want to get up sometimes and do it, but you do it anyway, and they taking it. Come on, we gotta stop being lazy, and we gotta start researching this stuff. I go a step further and start researching what we can do about it, because we can. The people that you see that are rich, they got skin, eyes, nose, lips, fingers, brain, just like you. They just think different. Figure out the way they think, right? That's common sense. That's what I've done, right? I am all that I believe I am. I will accomplish what they thought was the impossible. I will have all that they say I couldn't. I have conquered my fears. I know no limits, and I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. And no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. Hey, y'all. Start looking at yourself. See what you can change. See what you can really, really, and truly make better. Make better. Don't worry about if they saying, oh, you think you better. You're supposed to be better, right? If they think that you think that they better, that's their thought. That's not yours. How many times do we get in that situation? Do what you got to do for you. Be better, right? Have a peaceful, positive, and productive day.